Hey, so here's what we've come up with so far. So last night I got rid of this and modified it. Now we have this. So it's much bigger and just the right size. I also widened it. Now made it also longer. So the thread doesn't like you don't feel the thread going through it now. So more or less it goes it's somewhere around here. But there's still a bit the small part of the thread that goes there. But honestly, you won't feel it when it's actually working already. That doesn't work, then gonna replace it with this. But I think it's too long, so I might just look for a longer one. But for now, I think this will do. So I'm gonna put some inserts there, just like we did, just like this one. So we can lock this with a screw, an M3 screw. Okay. Yeah, let me show you my supplies. So it's a good thing I have all these screws and inserts. Otherwise, like you can't be doing it on the fly without some, unless you have pre-planned it all, which is practically not what we're doing. You know, we're actually doing this all as we go. It's on the fly. Doing the design and all that. Okay. And that's what I like about it. I mean, this is the hobby part of it, you would say. It's not the game. Yeah. The game gives you a reason to do all this. Like, I can, of course, afford to buy the Magic pedals, like the P1000. In fact, I was considering buying it just so I would also know what I'm going for. Like, what's the proper feel of it? What's the expected performance out of this? And for sure, the P1000 for one would be much better than what I'm doing right now. That's for sure. But if I don't know, the Sim Jack seems to be doing well. I mean, a lot of players out there are happy with their Sim Jack, and I'm pretty sure Sim Magic's still better. But what if, what if we can find a middle ground? like something that would not cost you as much as Sim Magic, something better than Sim Jack, but still at a reasonable price, and there's definitely going to be a market for that. And yeah, of course, who doesn't want to make money out of doing this? I wouldn't say that's my ultimate goal, really. It's more really trying to learn all this idea about all the concepts that goes behind it, the engineering behind it, trying to learn all that. I mean, I've invested so much on these equipments, like I have this 3D printer, a resin printer, a laser cutter. I have the CO2 and the diode laser cutter, and then of course I have the CNC. I mean, I invested those on those things, not for a game, definitely, and maybe, yeah, I thought about making money out of it, but I don't know if that's really a possibility. Yeah, I'm sure it is, but it's not what's you might say waking me up in the mornings. It's still, I would say, learning about all this that's getting me excited to do all these things. I mean, just looking at what I have accomplished so far with this DIY pedals, I I've had that CNC for like 2 years, and I've always been just cutting acrylic wood, and I've always been afraid to try cutting aluminum. I did try, but there were a lot of disappointments there because I wasn't using the right end mills. I didn't really understand all those things about feed rates, cutting rates, plunge rates. I didn't know anything about those things. So that kept me from really making use of it and really doing something, creating something that's productive out of it. Like, I've made use more of my 3D printer and my laser cutter. In fact, I made a product using my laser cutter and my 3D printer, like this ICP here. It's just a face, but I have the complete F16 ICP, made into a product which I have been selling on my site for a while, but I slowed down on it, and I realized I wasn't really doing it for the sales. I'm really doing it for honing my skills, being able to design and create a product out of nothing. And of course, obviously, this product, I mean, these pedals, they're obviously a knockoff of Simjack. Although of course I tried to modify the design, make it a bit of my own. Simjack is all metal. I did a combination of 3D printing and metal on it, which I say looks better than Simjack. I also used standard pedal face, which you can buy off your motor shop. So you can use your own, and I suppose these are standard holes that you can just use. Yeah, so there. That's, I guess that's my experience working on this. It's very fulfilling, you know. So now I'm gonna start wiring this. I guess that's what's. Also, I did something about. Here's a quick fix. You know, my problem was this thing doesn't. The magnet, I mean, doesn't go all the way to touch the Hall sensor. You can see that there's quite a space there. So what I did was to like just get another magnet, and there. Oh, hope you can see that. So there, that more or less gives it. Yes, it's not exactly that touching the sensor, but it's enough to give it a good reading. Okay, let's gonna make the wire. It's gonna be again, I'm gonna use this, but I need a 3-conductor wire. Thinking of just using this. Yeah, I've seen them use this for I think sim jack also. I don't know if it's going to be any good. Like I have this that should connect well with that. Maybe I can like put this down here. Boom. And plug it right in. And then the other end goes to the Arduino, so if something goes wrong with the wire, they can just buy a simple 3.5 stereo jack or stereo wire. Make one. It's easier. I mean, it's easier to replace than if you have this sort of connectors or the other more complicated connectors. Of course, I also have them, but might not be the best to use. Like I use this for my motion simulator. At least I did. It's a 5-pin connector. I think it's called a 5DIN. If you want the connection to be really absolutely secured, then yeah, you can go with this. But if you're just connecting something like a Hall sensor, I don't know. But anyway, for now, I don't know just for testing. You can't be bogged down again by overthinking it. So I just need a wire, 3-conductor wire, just to test it. I can salvage this. Like I don't have any use for it. I'll just get the wire, but I don't know if it's a good kind of wire. It's probably shielded, which will be good to but these are individually shielded wires. No, I'd rather have one stereo cable which will have a shielding and 3 conductors. Okay, so we're simple now. Last time I used a broken USB cable. It had 4 conductors, so I might just do it again. Are you broken? Let's see if it's broken. Seems to be good, a little loose, but will I be willing to I obviously haven't used this for a while, and that will serve my purpose. And how much is this cable anyway if I buy one? So I'll just use this for now. I'll take half of it. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Bye-bye. Four conductors. It's not shielded. I'll take 3. Three pin. Switching camera. Zoom it in. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I think we'll give it a 10. Or maybe not. Just testing it. We'll just crimp it, test it. So obviously the red is going to be VCC, black will be ground, and the white would be my signal for the output. Okay. Again, another one of those things I hate doing. Crimping these tiny things. Imagine I'm using a cutter to crimp it. So one wrong move and it's gone. And I have to look at the camera to see if it's in focus while doing it. Keep your eye on the ball. Next is the black. I don't know if there's a better way of doing this. I hope there is, if I'm gonna be doing a lot of it. Oh, but for mass production, I guess I'll probably just use the 3.5 stereo jack. Come on, come on. Just one more, and then finally the signal for the output. And you're using a Hall sensor, gives you half of the volts by default on the output. So if I'm putting in 5 volts, then by default it's gonna be 2.5. Then depending on the polarity of the magnet that you bring close to the sensor, gives you either it either goes up, it goes up to 5 volts from 2.5, or it goes down to 0 volts from 2.5, depending on the pole of the magnet that's moving closer to the Hall sensor. Come on. Did I just cut it? No. That will definitely suck if I got it. Okay, so the leftmost pin, let's just have a review just to make sure. The leftmost, this is the face of the sensor here, this side. So this will be the back of it. Left of it would be the positive, the VCC 5 volts. The middle is the ground. Middle pin is your ground, and the rightmost pin is your signal. Okay, rightmost, and there you go. Yeah. Yep. So we plug it in. There you go. Hey, focus. Come on, focus. Let's put this on the base. This should hold the wire. Yeah, also 3D printed, of course. Take out the supports. It's not going out. The support is not giving out. It's giving too much support. Ooh. Professional hammer for that. goes right in there, and this goes, see that? Wire's too small, but it's there. M4. So these are just too long. I use the nylon nut so it somehow locks into place. Like it's like having a lock washer, but I find that the nylon nuts are better than lock washers. Yeah, and having a separate washer is also an inconvenience. Like you could, of course, just lose it one day. Nice. Yep. I'll do for now. Or I can just tape it, just to keep it from moving. Okay, so setting the angle. What angle do we want? Probably just the same as the other ones that's already there. This is also an M4. Yep, also an M4. Maybe I can use an M5. This is an M6, which is for this and for this. Put it on the M6 box then. Okay, then get an M5 for that. But I'm running out of M5. I'll just buy later. Buy later. Second hole. Yep. Maybe a wing nut for this would be great. Or just a regular nut. I wouldn't want to use a nylon nut for that. I'll also print a spacer here so it doesn't move this. Well, for this one, these are obviously too long. See, I'll either cut them to size or buy a shorter one. If there's one that's the right size. But I think they said this. There's nothing in between the sizes, but like this is a quarter of an inch longer than what I need, and they have only increments of half inch for the sizes, so I don't think there's gonna be a right size in terms of length. Okay, I wouldn't want to make it too tight because we want to friction on this. In fact, I should have made it wider. I can feel the detail, but it's gonna be better if I move it up. Oh, that's the problem when you're using nylon washers. Like, you can't just pull it out and move it. You need a wing nut for that. Nylon nuts, I mean, you need a wing nut or a good thumb screw. And maybe just have an insert here instead. Okay. 4 minutes. What are we gonna do now? Well, I'm tempted to put this already on the rig, but I need to, of course, make the proper wiring. And maybe I should already have like a breakout board for that, where I can just plug in. It's not yet final, but like I could at least have, where's the other board? Here. Like I could at least have this with that, 4 pins. 3 pin. Like I could have it something like that. Yeah, and have an Arduino connected here already. That actually makes sense. Then wire them all back to the Arduino. Yeah, I could do that. It's not yet final, but we'll make a good wiring setup, at least for testing. The 4 pin goes to the load cell. This 2 goes to the hall sensors. See what I mean? Yep. So this goes to the load cell. So I would also have my load cell somewhere here. I mean the amplifier. There's an amplifier. Yeah, might as well do that already. Maybe let's put it in a different stream so it would at least have the proper title. Okay, I'll be right back, just a few minutes.